Well, hello again. Hey there, hi there, ho there, and welcome back. I'm so glad you're here joining us, following along, tuning in to hear more about apples. Hopefully you have your Johnny Appleseed hat on and you're looking sharp, right? Okay, so today we're going to read it, right now. Oh my goodness, look at this. We're going to read another apple story and then do an apple craft. Almost got through that sentence. Okay. Okay, here we go. That was lame. Today we're reading Clifford's Puppy Days, Apple Picking Day. And there's no author or illustrated on this first page. Okay. Oh my gosh. This thing is getting dangerous. That just like almost hit me in the face. I'm gonna need to what is going on? That was scary. My heart is beating so fast right now. Okay. Here we go. Gently, slowly, ever so softly. Apple Picking Day by Samantha Brooke and illustrated by Jim Dirk. That's a fun name to say, Dirk. Clifford, fall is finally here, said Emily Elizabeth. Emily Elizabeth liked the way the crisp air smelled. She also liked the way the leaves turned from green to red and gold. But most of all, Emily Elizabeth liked fall because it was apple picking season. Look at that little baby Clifford. He's so itty bitty. How crazy that he's like the itty bittiest puppy and he turns out into the world's giantest, most ginormous, humongous dog ever in the history of dogs. Fictional dogs, I guess. Clifford, are you ready to go to the apple orchard? Asked Emily Elizabeth. Clifford didn't know what an orchard was, but he knew he liked apples. What is an apple orchard? Yeah, an apple orchard is like a field of where all the apple trees grow and where we get our apples from, or where apples come from, the apple orchard, which is a lot of apple trees. Welcome to Addie's Apple Orchard. Addie? It's just like Adeline. She goes by Addie. Crazy, said a friendly woman. I'm Addie, and who might you be? I'm Emily Elizabeth, and this is Clifford, Emily Elizabeth answered. Well, everybody, said Addie, hop on. The orchard's just a short hay ride away. And it says Addie's Orchard. Adeline, is this your orchard? Do you have an apple orchard we don't know about? Look, Emily Elizabeth, said Mr. Howard. That pumpkin is as big as you are. And that one is tiny like Clifford, Emily said with a smile. Oh, look, there it is. There's a tiny pumpkin. Thanks for the ride, Addie, said Emily Elizabeth. I can't wait to pick the perfect apple. Have fun, called Addie. Look at that apple orchard. Clifford wanted to pick apples, but he was too small. He jumped once, he jumped twice, but he still couldn't reach. If I could just reach this one, said Emily Elizabeth. All her reaching made a loose apple fall to the ground. Woof, woof, barked Clifford. That's not the perfect apple, Clifford, said Emily Elizabeth. It's bruised. It looks pretty good to me, thought Clifford. It's probably bruised because it dropped, fell down, and it dented it, Oh, cried Emily Elizabeth, this one might be perfect. When Emily Elizabeth reached into the branches, a few more loose apples fell to the ground. Clifford sniffed the apples. They smelled sweet. He pushed all the frozen apples into a pile. Well, What have you got here? Asked Addie. Looks like Clifford has been very busy, Emily Elizabeth said, giggling. But those apples are bruised. Look, he almost blends in with the apples. The bruised ones are so sweet, said Addie. They'll be perfect for making cider. I love that. I love that for her. She's just like using the apples that are bruised to make cider. So she's making sure that none of those apples go to waste. Love it. Thanks for a great day, Addie, said Mr. Howard. You're welcome, Addie replied, but I should be the one saying thank you to Clifford. He found me the most perfect cider apples. I hope you'll enjoy this pie, said Addie. It's made with apples from my orchard. Clifford wagged his tail happily. After this week, I think I'm going to have to get some pie. I just love pie. Emily Elizabeth, did you ever find that one perfect apple? Asked Addie. No, answered Emily Elizabeth, but I found a whole pie full of perfect apples. And there they are. Oh, look how he's holding that mug. He's like fancy. Pinkies out when in doubt, right? But they have their cider. They have like a cinnamon stick in their cider. There's their apple pie. The apple orchard behind them. Wow, what a great day. An itty bitty widow Clifford. Oh, he's so precious. I love it. Okay, so we are going to get out what should be one of our final papers. This one. We're going to get out our handy dandy Kinder bag. Remember those apples I told you about earlier? It's time. So get your apples out, and there should be this big, giant piece of white paper. It's a big, giant piece of white paper. Hopefully you haven't used it yet. If you did, that means you didn't follow directions. But also, because this is what's going to fit all of this on here. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to color this. Actually, I might have to use my fancy schmancy time lapse because this is probably going to take me a long time, and I don't think you want to watch me do this for the next 30 minutes. So I'm going to color this, and I might color it a little messy because since I'm going to cut it out. And then, but always color in one direction because that's what makes it beautiful. And then I'm going to cut out my apples, and I'm going to arrange them on this paper so it's like a basket of apples. Okay, so, oh, before I get started, you're going to need your scissors, crayons, and glue. So disclaimer, please make sure to only use your scissors when your grown-up is present in the room with you. If you use scissors inappropriately or without your grown-up, this will result in losing your scissor privileges, which would be so sad. And that means you can't use scissors ever again in kindergarten. Just kidding. Well, we'll think about it. Depends if you can earn it back. But scissors are only used to cut paper, nothing else. Not hair, not clothes, not food, nothing. Blech. Just paper. Okay? Get it? Got it? Good. Thank you for listening to my disclaimer. We are going to get started on our work. Ready? Here we go. Okay, we finished it. I'm realizing I wish I would have sent 2 more apples, so it could be even because it's going to drive me nuts that it's not, but I digress. Okay, so here's my bushel of apples. I made patterns. I was trying to go from smallest to largest, but there were some struggles. Sorry, this paper's all folded up, like, hopefully it didn't get too destroyed. It was just really hard to fit this big paper in that small envelope. But yeah, here is our bushel of apples. So my job is to color, cut, and glue a bushel of apples, okay? And then post it on Seesaw. All right. Well, thank you so much for following along, tuning in, joining us, and I hope you... I was going to say I hope you have a great day, but our day's not quite over. So I hope you enjoy your activity. I will see you soon. And don't forget to work hard, do your best, don't give up, be nice, and make good choices. See you later. Bye.